Wanted to welcome everyone to today's Power Hour. We are talking today about summer and our resources for you and your students. We are in the home stretch to finish up the school year and in the planning mode for summer. To help make your summer amazing, we have curated some of the best entrepreneurial mindsets, resources for you and your students to enjoy. From the tried and true lemonade stands to curriculum planning for next year, we have something for everyone, regardless of the grade you teach or your United States geographic location. You can follow along with the agenda and even take some notes with the Google Doc that was sent out prior to the meeting, or you can download it and use it for notes or just follow along. Let me take a copy of it and drop it in the chat box again in case you do not have it. Here it is. There you go. You can download it. And like all our power hours, all this material, including the speakers' slides and flyers, will be made available to you after the power hour. So feel free to take notes if you want, but know that we'll be sending you the links too. I'm Robin Eisen, Special Projects Manager for Young Entrepreneur Institute, and your host today. We have a jam-packed agenda filled with amazing ideas for you. I always try to keep these power hours to just an hour. Today, you might hear a little light alarm go off to signal to our speakers that their time is up. I want to make sure that we get to all our speakers in the allotted time and allow for a few questions after each speaker too. I will also be staying on to answer any additional questions you might have or ones that we don't get to in between the speakers. And I plan to stay on as long as you have questions. Helping me monitor the chat are my teammates from YEI, and you can notice us by our fun little nice backgrounds that we all have. Our resources are broken down into three categories: professional development, resources for you to use at your camp or program, and camps for students. Okay, so let's get started. Annette Krakowski from Kent State University will kick us off today with a great idea for professional development. I'm going to hand it over to you, Annette.
Right. Hello, everyone, and thank you, Robin. So I'm very excited to be here and very excited to share this workshop opportunity with you. So as Robin said, I'm at Kent State University. I've been here over 22 years. And prior to that, I was in the schools. So K-12 is in my whole life. And in both of those experiences, I've never seen anything like YEI. And in terms of the vast resources, but also it's just like Robin had said earlier, these resources are available to any teacher in the United States, any grade, whatever you teach, and they're free. So we want you to engage with YEI and take advantage of what's available to you. So that's the goal of this workshop this summer, YEI for summer and for professional learning. We have designed the workshop as a way for teachers, educators to take a deep dive into YEI, really explore all that's in the marketplace, and think about how you might use those resources to create a rich learning opportunity for your students. We're going to kick off with a power hour on June 12th, featuring our 2023 YEI teacher ambassadors who will share their experiences using YEI and how they use those resources to offer entrepreneurship programming. There will be, from there, the workshop will be asynchronous. You will learn at your own pace across the summer, exploring the resources, and then identifying some specific resources within the marketplace that you're going to use to create a lesson plan for your own setting, and then post that plan to YEI so that others can learn from you. And that's the creation of the plan is equally important as the posting, because the posting is the real power of this workshop, because you have an opportunity to learn from one another. There's so much knowledge in this group. And so the professional learning community of YEI allows that to grow. So by participating in the workshop, if you complete those two requirements, you can earn a certificate of contact hours or a graduate credit hour. If you opt to pursue the graduate credit hour, there is a tuition fee of $165. Across the summer, I'll be available as instructor on record, and I'm able to provide support to you as you develop your project and get it ready for posting. If I can't answer a question, I can pull in members from the YEI team. A really exciting news that we have to share. The Burton D. Morgan Foundation has been so generous in creating YIPI and supporting it. And the generosity continues. They are making available stipends for teachers who complete both workshop requirements. The slots are limited, so we ask that you register early. But I think it's just really noteworthy that that they are honoring teachers in that way. Every workshop you walk away learning something, but this workshop is different in the sense that not only are you learning, but your others are learning from you by posting that lesson. And by doing so, you're really contributing to the knowledge base about entrepreneurship programming. And I really applaud the foundation for being generous to honor teachers' time and effort to share in the community. So I think I have time for some questions. And if not, I'm going to stay on after, and my email is on that sheet along with the URL for registering. I hope that we'll see many of you.
Right, and I would just like to add that the other real big benefit is you get such a huge jump on your curriculum planning for the following year. That's huge. So we are very excited to be partnering with Annette and Kent State on finding this new professional development opportunity, which has never been offered before. So we definitely appreciate your partnership with that.
Right.
Before we head on, are there any questions about this particular opportunity for the summer? Okay, then I'm going to pass the baton over to Dawn Bolus from the University of Iowa.
Hi, thank you so much for making this all possible. What a wonderful opportunity to meet entrepreneurial educators across the country. Thank you to YIPI for making all of this part of the emphasis around entrepreneurial education. My name is Dawn Bolus. I direct the Jacobson Institute, which is housed in the Entrepreneurial Center here at the University of Iowa. We work with teachers and educators all over the country. I have a slide deck today. I'm sharing a little bit about our entrepreneurial curriculum and primarily our professional development opportunity that you can opt into this summer. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. And I tried to limit this to just as few slides as possible so that we would have some time for questions. These are pictures of young entrepreneurs from different parts of the country that have either focused on kind of invention entrepreneurship or business startup. So this is really the mission that we're working on, is to help create and empower that next generation of folks that will both find and solve problems through innovation, invention, and entrepreneurship. Our Biz Innovator startup curriculum, which is a deep dive into the entrepreneurial startup process. We're using design thinking, the lean startup. Many of you are probably familiar with the business model canvas and that customer discovery process. This has been customized to meet the needs for the high school classroom. And last year it was named one of the top 3 entrepreneurial curriculums nationwide. The professional development, you can see on this map behind, we started out as a program that served Iowa educators, and very quickly we're receiving phone calls from teachers outside of the state of Iowa, which helped us to become entrepreneurial minded and looking at how we can get these resources into the hands of the folks that want to have access to them. So what this looks like in terms of the professional development program, it's tied to the Biz Innovator startup curriculum. We very much operate off of a both and or a yes and mentality, where teachers, we don't want teachers to have to choose, I'm using this, but not that. We want to make opportunities for teachers to create their own innovative solutions for their classrooms. And thanks to YIPI, both the curriculum and the professional development are available through the YIPI site, and you can use your YIPI points to purchase the curriculum and the professional development. So if you go to the link off of the page that Robin had uploaded, I'll drag that over. You'll actually see this is the page on the YEI site. There's 300 points that are used for that professional development, but just keep in mind that you would also have the curriculum fee that you would need to build into that as well. And your YEI points can be used for both of those. A couple key points about this program. The curriculum is set up to be turnkey. For those of you that are not interested in training but want curriculum, you can use the purchase today with your YEI points and start using it tomorrow. It's all project-based, it's hands-on, student-led. We incorporate, like I said before, lean startup and design thinking. Once an educator goes through that professional development program, they can then offer their high school students the opportunity to earn college credit. And that credit is being accepted all over the country. Different colleges and universities accept that as transfer credit, essentially, and allows those students to come in having proven their abilities as an entrepreneurial thinker as they're coming into their college, community college, or four-year college experience. More important than that is it's a confidence builder for students to see that they can do this. So I want to open it up for questions from you all and hopefully answer what you are interested in knowing about this professional development program. It runs, I will throw the link in the chat. It starts in the middle of June and it runs Tuesday and Thursday. We meet online, synchronously online as a group. You're with teachers from all over the country, and it runs in June through the end of July. So I'm just putting the link up now to that professional development page on our website that gives you the dates that you might be interested in.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit more information. I can say that we've had a lot of teachers go through this, and if you're looking to speak or if you want to speak to an educator who has used this before, just shoot me an email and I will be happy to connect you. It's a fantastic program and we love it. And thank you for presenting it today, Dawn.
Thank you. And I'm happy to take any questions in the chat as well.
Give it a second to see if there's any questions. Okay, we're going to move on to Lindley Fernandez from VentureLab to talk about our next professional development opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Robin. Hi, everyone. My name is Lindley. I am a program coordinator with VentureLab. Our mission is to create the next generation of diverse innovators and change makers through providing entrepreneur education to all youth. And we know the vital role that you play as educators and how important it is not only in their academic lives, but also in their personal lives and development. And so to support you in this journey, VentureLab is making available to you the Entrepreneurial Mindsets course for educators. So I'm going to just show this short video.
Why do you choose to work in education? Has it been a dream since you were young? Was it a path you discovered later in life? However you came to be an administrator, teacher, mentor, whether full-time, part-time, or volunteering, your why is probably the same as ours. It's the youth, the young ones, the teens, and the in-betweens, all those that we guide on their journey of self-discovery and learning. We know that a student's success is greatly influenced by you, the educator, and you are most effective when you practice what you teach. So be the one that adapts to change. Creatively use your resources to solve challenges. Persist through failure to learn. Be confident in your abilities and have the courage to take risks and try new things. Join the growing number of educators that are bringing the mindsets and skills of entrepreneurial education to their youth and to their practice. Do it for yourself. Do it for your students, because they are the why that we're all here. You are an entrepreneur.
Awesome. So just to recap that, we provide 12 different courses. So they're practical strategies to help you improve your entrepreneurial thinking through growth mindset, adaptability, courage, creativity, and more. And this is for anybody that works in education, not just those who are directly working with students. And so the offer that we're making today is thanks to our work with YEI and the Ohio After School Network. The first 20 that apply the coupon code Power Hour will receive this course with no charge. And this is a $200 value for you. So I'm going to drop all of those details in the chat, as well as another link that will provide other free, no-cost resources that you can use with your students. And please reach out to me with any questions that you have and let us know if we can be of service to you or any of your students that you're working with. And we hope that you have a wonderful rest of your Power Hour. Thank you so much for this time.
Thank you, Lindley. That's such great information. I didn't know that offer was coming. So that is really, really great. Appreciate that. And I'll make sure I include that in the follow-up material too. For those of you who maybe joined a little bit late, I am dropping into the chat again a link to the outline that you can use for following along today. That includes a lot of different links and resources and maybe a place for you to take some notes if you want. If you don't want, this will be sent to you, all these links and everything in the information that is coming after the Power Hour. But I really appreciate all three of you jumping in and letting us know about these fantastic professional development opportunities. We're going to move on to our next category, which is resources for educators to use at their camps or programs. And our first presenter is Jennifer Pullum. Excuse me. She is an educator and a YIPI ambassador. Jennifer currently works at the Bel Air Puritas Development Corporation, and she is going to be speaking about the Lemonade Day program that she used in one of her camps. So Jennifer, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Like she said, I'm Jennifer Pullum, and I'm a YIPI ambassador, and I love YIPI and I love Lemonade Day. I came across Lemonade Day when I was in the Tremont area working with high school students. And one of the things that they were very much interested in was entrepreneurship. And so I'm just going to show you a picture of our lemonade stand that we use at various events on the west side of Cleveland. So when we utilize Lemonade Day, which is great, YEI has been just phenomenal with providing materials such as the board announcing the lemonade sale, giving us opportunities to go to different various markets once we set up a lemonade stand. And it was just very easy to do. I'm currently using it with first through third graders to get them to understand that entrepreneurship can happen at any age. And with the program, it's very easy to follow. You know, get them the opportunity to think outside the box. And a lot of times we use be creative and think outside the box. You know, little kids are like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Or entrepreneurship, like, oh, that's going to be so hard. I'm not that smart. But Lemonade Day gives them opportunity to think of something that is widely done, which is making lemonade, opening up a lemonade stand, and learning how to sell it, learning how to price it, and learning how to make a profit. And one of the things that we do in our camp is that let's have a best tasting lemonade day competition, where the kids get to test out different flavors, adding different mixes to create different types of lemonade. And we talk to them about, how do you compete against other people if is a class of 25 people and everyone's selling lemonade. What's going to make your lemonade better than the next person? And so it goes deeper into, okay, let's make a slogan or let's make a commercial about it. And our last lemonade day, we had parents so invested that parents were coming and they were checking out the lemonade stands that the other kids were making. And then so parents was like, I'll be right back. And they were going to the store, bringing extra treats and snacks and saying, okay, if, you know, they come over here and try our lemonade, they like it, they can get a bag of chips or, you know, so it, you know, teaches kids healthy competition and, you know, it gives them an opportunity to see other people being creative and using something simple into making money. And we've had young people, I've had a 3rd or 4th graders actually set up a lemonade stand at Shaker Square, one at the Tremont Farmers Market, and it was all through YIPI and YEI for a market day so that they can go out and sell their lemonade and just to get a feel of it. So for me, it's been a great tool to use. And for my high school kids, as you can see, it allowed the community to get more involved because then we had community members coming and being judges for, you know, the lemonade and telling the kids what they liked about it, how they can improve it. And then so with that interaction with the community, a church decided to make them a big rolling lemonade stand. And they actually take that to various fairs and markets to go sell lemonade. And with their funds, they have been able to provide different field trips, activities, and supplies to the local community and to support kids' activities and programming. So Lemonade Day is very simple and very easy to use, and you can get supplies that you needed through YEI and YIPI to make it more fun and creative for the kids.
I have a quick question for you. Was this something that you did for a week-long camp or a summer-long camp, or what was the time frame that you used?
Well, we did it as we did it all over the summer. Like we spent the day each week dedicated to entrepreneurship. Like one day was going building posters, one day was testing the lemonade recipe, one day was talking about competition. So, you know, you can do it as a week or you can do it weekly. You can spread it out as much as you wanted to. We did it so that it ended the summer camp with the community involvement and getting different individuals involved. So we had social workers, we had local businessmen, we had family members all coming in to watch and participate.
Excellent.
In the lemonade challenge.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us today. Does anyone have questions for Jennifer before we move on to Rebecca? Okay, the next fantastic program that you can use in your camp or your program for the summer is coming to us from CEOs of Tomorrow and Rebecca Rossetti. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Rossetti. Yep.
Rossetti. Sorry about that, Rebecca.
That's
I was
okay.
calling you Becca. I didn't even know your last name. So thank you. So I'll turn it over to you, Becca, for letting us know all about your program.
Well, thank you so much. Again, thank you for this opportunity and all these fabulous resources. So I represent CEOs of Tomorrow, and we are a company that focuses on social entrepreneurship, and we focus primarily on youth of color and underrepresented youth, teens and youth. But what I'm here to talk about today for our summer camps is our Impactful Creations Classroom Kit. And Jennifer Pullum, I recognize your name. We have a video that I wonder if this is you, that what you put together, but I wanted to share with you a video of some kids in a classroom using our Impactful Creations Kit. And I will speak a little more to it after I share this video. So if you just give me a minute here to share my screen and make sure I get it up and going. Little bit of a Luddite here, but I'm doing my best. Oops, let me pull it back.
Yummy, 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 put my gummies in your tummy.
Make it full screen. It's great.
They're right here. Look at these gummy bears. I want to try it. We homemade them. Yeah, guys. And we're going to sell them.
We're gonna sell them. How much are we gonna sell them for?
$5. I had a lot of gummies, but these are my favorites. Yummy. We even have a sour gummy now. Yummy. It's yummy. Best gummy.
Yes, that is my group of kids, my first
great.
through third graders at RG Jones. So yes, that is my group of kids. Thank you for showing that little commercial.
Well, thank you so much for sharing it. We were talking about it, and we just realized that, you know, so many times the kids speak better to the value of something than we can as adults. So just wanted to let them do the talking. But what we have is our impactful creations kits, and as you can see, they have we have a classroom set that has gummy bears, right? And it has everything that you would need for up to 30 kids to start a business for social good. So in this case, we have gummy bears. It has, you know, the little molds, it has the syringes and all the pieces that they need. There's also some labels and packages and stuff. So they get to actually create their product, and then they get to design their logo and design their business name. So all the aspects of entrepreneurship. And we focus on social entrepreneurship, as I mentioned. And so one of the things that we also do is talk to the kids about, there's a section in the booklet about how they can choose an issue that's important to them and donate a part of their profits to something like that. So while they're learning their entrepreneurial skills and developing that mindset, they're also giving back and having that awareness that, you know, as they learn more and really step into their brilliance and share it, they also have that opportunity to share with others. So the kit, like I said, has everything you need to teach up to 30 kids how to start a business for social good. We've used it in classrooms, as you saw, and we also have at CEOs of Tomorrow, we run a summer camp every summer, and it's a week-long experience. So there's lots of different, you know, amounts of time that you can spend and use this as an activity and incorporate many dimensions. The teacher guide includes step-by-step instructions for how to create the gummies, and there's a downloadable student guide as well that you can print out to make copies for each student. That student guide includes a business model canvas, how to develop a business name and logo, how to price the product, how to advertise, how to create an elevator pitch. So it's really comprehensive in terms of what it offers. And we really like to focus on the kids having fun. And so, as you can see, Jennifer did an amazing job of capturing that as well.
She did, and I know that Jennifer has enjoyed using this product, as a bunch of other educators have also commented to me about how easy it was to follow your curriculum guide and to get this implemented, and that the kids love the gummies. So thank you very much for sharing this opportunity with everyone today. Are there
Thank
any
you.
questions for Becca before we go on to Matthew?
If there's not a question, I just had one more thought. We are also now offering a refill kit as well. So you can purchase the entire kit. And then for the consumable parts, we have a refill as well. That's available now. Sorry, I forgot to
Somebody
mention
asked
that.
if it's on Yippee or where can you access it? And yes, it is on Yippee and you can access it. I will get the link and put it into the chat. And then towards the end or at the end, after all of our presenters, I will talk about where you can find all of these wonderful materials in general. Okay. But right now we're going to move on to Matthew Giorgio from GoVenture. He's going to talk about another great opportunity for you to use in your camps.
Thank you, Robin. I'm just loading up my screen here. Y'all got me craving lemonade and gummy bears now, so I'm gonna have to run out as soon as this is done and get some of those things. So I'm Matthew Giorgio. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm the Chief Experience Designer of GoVenture. GoVenture is a series of educational games and simulations. One of the original, we've been doing this for over 20 years. That are used in thousands of schools around the world to teach entrepreneurship, business, and other topics. Our GoVenture programs are based on a learning methodology that we describe as experiential, social, and gamified learning. And we apply this methodology to board games and card games and software simulations and massively multiplayer online worlds and so on. And we have 4 programs on Yippee. I forgot to set my timer here.
That's okay.
Sure
I got
you got me. I know you got me. I want to be ahead of you though. I'm a good student. We have 4 different types of programs available on Yippee that you can use your points to access right now. We have a digital marketing simulation, which I'll talk a little bit about. We have a very realistic business and entrepreneurship simulation. We have some a collection of business board games, including our newest, which is our food truck board game. And we have some glossaries that are very high quality glossaries with common terminology, and those are free. So this is all of these are accessible right now on Yippee. So let me tell you a little bit about each of them. So our GoVenture digital marketing simulation, that's a new program we recently released. And, you know, digital marketing, very hot topic these days, but it's actually really difficult to teach. And it's difficult to teach because there's a lot of topics to cover, lots of information about it, lots of different kind of channels that you have to look at. It's difficult to practice, particularly if you're working with young students. You can't necessarily create advertising accounts on Facebook and YouTube and so on. And even if you could, it takes so much time to figure all that out. You basically run out of your curriculum time. And then the third reason is that digital marketing, there's no right answers. You know, no one knows what ad is going to work best or what content is going to work best. It's all about testing. It's almost like the science of marketing, testing things, optimizing, refining, and so on. So what we did is we created a simulation that puts the student in the role of an inventor of a new product. In this case, it's a hoverboard. And they actually have to build out their marketing funnel. You can actually see a screenshot of the marketing funnel here. And to build out the marketing funnel, they have these virtual advisors that will show them videos and do micro learning activities where they learn the basics of digital marketing. And then they actually apply it by building out their funnel and testing and making sales of this simulated product. The training takes about 5 hours to complete. It's totally online, self-directed, and you can do it over multiple sessions. But generally, it's around 5 hours. You could do it multiple times for over 10 hours of learning if you wanted to. But it's a really nice, compressed, and self-contained experience for teaching all aspects of digital marketing. And so that's our digital marketing simulation, GoVenture, and we have GoVenture Entrepreneur. This is a highly realistic small business startup and operation simulation. You can actually run a lemonade stand. In this case, it's virtual, so you're not going to actually get the taste of the lemonade, but you can run a lemonade stand, then you can move up to a kiosk business, and you can move up to a real business like running a McDonald's or a Pizza Hut. You can do barbershops and cosmetic boutiques. So all sorts of different businesses that you can operate in this very, very realistic simulation. And assessment is all automated. Everything's built in, specifically designed for use in education. And then we have our business board game collection. We have a food truck board game. We have a very deep entrepreneurship board game. And we have a card game that teaches the fundamentals of entrepreneurship as well. And these are available as a collection of games. You can also use them to teach accounting if that's something you're covering as well. So all of this is available in Yippee. Here's the programs, and you can access them right now. And if you have any questions for me at any time, there's my information, and I'm happy to hear from you. And I think I made it, Robin.
You did great. And we do have one question, and that is the
Sure.
grade, the targeted grade.
You can, depending on the program, you can go anywhere from upper elementary right up to adults. So our business simulation, we have upper elementary with the lemonade stand, and then you go right up to adults with that. The digital marketing is probably primarily middle school and to adult. And then the board games are ages 8 to adult.
Excellent. Thank you, Matthew. Any other questions before we head on to our next speaker? Okay, thank you so much. Our next speaker is Kelly Bigger. She is from YEI, and she is going to talk about 3 different products. She's going to talk about My Pitch, National Pitch Competition, and she's going to talk about using entrepreneurship to fulfill Ohio graduation requirements. Kelly, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Great. Thank you, Robin. What awesome resources you all have out there. I don't have any fun, cute videos to show you because I'll move along fairly quickly, but love everything that I've heard so far. So I just wanted to tell you about My Pitch Challenge, which is in YIPI. And for those of you who don't know, Young Entrepreneur Pitch Challenge, it's a program that teaches students to think creatively, identify a problem, come up with a business idea to solve it, and then practice their persuasive writing and presentation skills in kind of that 30 to 90 second elevator pitch range. So in My Pitch Challenge, you create your own pitch challenge within your class, your school, your club, your district. And it's great because it allows you to engage with stakeholders like your administration, other educators, PTOs, chambers, business owners, and other supporters. So this is on YIPI, and it is 250 points. And with that, you get a consultation and $100 in prizes. I don't know, Robin, do we have time if there's somebody out there who's done a My Pitch Challenge to speak quickly, or are we on a time clock?
We're kind of on a time clock.
Okay, all right, I'll keep going then.
We could do a quick one. I know I saw Karen was on the phone. I know.
Right. We'll keep going, no worries.
Okay, thanks.
Sounds good. And speaking of pitch challenges, we have a national pitch challenge that is running right now, and it is ending July 15th. So you can get any of your spring kids, anybody that's done videos throughout the year, and then your summer kids as well. So it's grades K through 12. It's divided into categories K through 4, 5 through 8, and 9 through 12. And there's over $5,000 in prizes, and we'll have about 30 winners. So you can see the enter now. We'll put that in the chat, but love to have, again, just sort of the same thing. The kids don't need to start the business. They don't need a prototype. We're just looking for those great ideas for the kids out there. So join us in our national pitch. We would love it. And last but not...
Wait 1 second before you go on to the last one. If someone joins and does a My Pitch Challenge, can they then enter also into the national pitch competition, or is it 2 totally separate things?
No, you can do both. So if you do a My Pitch Challenge, then you can enter all those videos into the national pitch. So you get a 2-for-1 on this one. So love to have anybody who's doing My Pitch, or if you're not doing My Pitch, if you have individuals or a class or anything, we'd be happy to take them in the national pitch challenge.
Okay.
And then, thank you, Robin. I would just like to tell you, the Ohio After School Network and YEI has come up with an entrepreneur pathway for the Ohio Means Job Readiness Seal. And I won't go too deeply into it, but you can feel free to contact myself or Liz Nuskin at the Ohio After School Network. And this is an opportunity for kids to earn a seal for their graduation diploma. And so we have 12 lessons, we give guidance, have materials. And again, this is a great way to form partnerships with schools, to engage local community members, to recruit students and families, and attract new funding. So it's awesome. It can work during the school year, in a class, after school, or during the summer. So I can go deeper into it with anybody who would like to. So thank you so much for having us today. I'll put my email in the chat and happy to take any questions.
Any questions before we go on to our next category? Okay, our next category are camps themselves that you can either take your entire program to, or you can send your students to. And to start us off with this category, Marie Graff from Learning About Business.
Hi there. Thank you, Robin. I want to talk a little bit about Learning About Business, our summer camp. Let me get my slideshow up on the screen. Okay. Why is it not sharing? Here we go. And Current slide. There we go. All right. You don't have to watch me. You can look at the kids that participate. We are a small nonprofit that runs a summer camp where we teach high school students about the free enterprise system. It is a total immersion project experience. They stay on the campus at Lake Erie College. So they get a taste of what college is going to be like. We call it a mini MBA program because they do earn 3 college credits for the week that they're with us. It's a rigorous program. They start at 7 in the morning. They're not done until 9 at night. We make sure that we cover the total syllabus for a Business 101 course. So it's rigorous. They have fun. They work really hard. We put them in groups of 5 and they create a company. And this year, the students will be working in a simulation environment. We actually use one of the GoVenture products. And they are going to be running a $20 million drone manufacturing company. And they're going to be competing against each other for market share. So these teams have to develop synergy. They have to decide who's going to be the CEO, the CFO, the HR manager, marketing and sales director, and manufacturing director. We give them the tools they need to make those decisions. So we don't just throw these things at them. The week builds. So every lesson that they learn has to get applied to the online simulation, but every lesson also builds on the previous lesson. So by the end of the week, our final day is devoted totally to entrepreneurship. Got all these tools in their toolbox now. They know what they're doing. So each day is themed. Sunday, as you saw, was our teamwork and leadership skills day. Monday, we deal with business basics. We also do field trips. Here they're showing we were at Steris Corporation last year. Tuesday, we deal with marketing and sales. Wednesday, we deal with international business. Thursday is primarily our management HR day, so we deal with a lot of those issues. And then, as I said, Friday is our entrepreneurial day. So we take all the lessons learned and we come into our Friday activities. They're exposed to business professionals all week. I am the only person who's paid, and I'm part-time. Everyone else involved in the program is a volunteer. All of our speakers are volunteers. They're business professionals that come in and talk about what they are expert at. So they're hearing it from the horse's mouth. And it's not just for students who want to go into business. This is, what I stress to students when I'm talking to them is that everything you do is a business. If you're a teacher, you're in academics. I run a nonprofit, I'm in the nonprofit world. I worked in a corporate environment. So everything that you do is some kind of business. So all the lessons that they learn during this week, they can apply to whatever it is they go and do. As I said, they stay in the dorm, they eat the cafeteria food, they work through this lunch and dinner. They have projects due on every single day. So they do a lot of work. We do a lot of work with soft skills. So, things like, how do you walk into a room of people you don't know and introduce yourself? Simple things that they don't have experience with. They really don't know how to do. We force these issues on them. And as you're seeing, these are panels of students. This is in a mock press conference. And every student on that team has to answer questions. So no one is left out. Everybody has to get involved. We kind of make them do these things that they out of the box, that they're not comfortable doing all the time. Applications for the program are available online on our website, learningaboutbusiness.org, and the link is on the form that Robin sent out earlier. This year, our lab week is June 11th through the 16th. We start on Sunday morning, we end on Friday night. The cost is $350 for the week. That's all the cost. And those of you who remember what it costs to go to college, they're getting 3 college credits for $350. It's the biggest bargain in town. And I'll take questions. I could go on for days, but I'll take questions.
Yeah.
My email address is on the form that Robin sent out. You can contact me if you've got any questions later. But this is, we hear back from students. This is our 43rd summer we'll be doing this. And I hear back from students who've gone through it through the years, and they say it so impacted their lives. I love to hear that. I love to hear that they take the lessons with them,
And
whatever with their day.
Marie, it's for all high school age, right?
It is high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
And are there any
It's three types,
scholarships
sophomores,
available?
juniors, and yes, we have scholarships available. I still have scholarships available. I have about 8 slots open right now. So we close out in another 2 weeks. We'll close applications. So we've got another couple of weeks that we can take applications.
Thank you so much for all this great information. We are going to move on to our next speaker, Annie Richmond from Shaker Rocks. Annie?
I'm Annie Richmond. I am an entrepreneur and a rock climber. We offer field trips. It's a 2-hour experience. This is hands-on, muscles on, bones on, mind on, everything for the kids that they experience here from K to 12. It's actually being the entrepreneur, not learning about it. As students enter Shaker Rocks, they're faced with a 40-foot high overhung climbing wall, which I will show you after this. Most students will feel very intimidated, but as I tell them, if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. Shaker Rocks believes that everyone deserves to experience the joy of success, and every climber must mirror the mindset of an entrepreneur in order to succeed. So we set goals, take risks, fail, reflect, and try again. And that is our mantra throughout the 2 hours, which is risk, fail, reflect, repeat. On arrival, the students will watch an orientation video. They'll put on their climbing shoes and harnesses and then split into 2 groups. One group will climb using ropes on walls. The other groups will go bouldering on shorter walls without ropes. After 30 or 40 minutes, the groups will switch places, and climbing route on the walls, regardless of the walls, is color-coded, and they're graded for difficulty. So in the initial rush of excitement, you'll see your students flailing up the walls, but after about 10 minutes, they get really tired and they begin watching their friends. And inevitably, they begin giving each other pointers and cheering each other on to complete even more difficult climbs. This kind of collaboration and data sharing mirrors the think tanks of startup companies today. And I'll tell you, it is brilliant to watch if any of you have been here or experienced it. When the groups have finished both sections of climbing, students will return their gear, and then I share a presentation of my entrepreneurial journey building Shaker Rocks from the ground up. The students love it because they just felt what I went through. And with the successes they had on the wall, they realized that they could possibly do something like this too. Afterwards, I will give the adults a teacher's guide to help them debrief on the bus ride home or in school that has questions. This is it. I think Robin has a copy she can share with you about optimism, such as optimism is the belief that something's possible. Did you feel your optimism increase throughout your climbing session? Or grit. How many times did you try a route? Did your persistence pay off? Which felt better, getting to the top on your first try or getting to the top after you've tried many, many times? Or flexibility. If something didn't work for you during your climb, how did you adjust so that you could succeed? So those are the kinds of things that the kids actually feel in those 2 hours. And then they can ask me any questions they want about building this gym, and boy, do they have tons of questions. So I'm going to show you the climbing gym right now. It's in action.
It looks amazing, Annie.
Yep, and here are some kids up here climbing. These are the walls the kids will be climbing up here.
I have to say, this is one of the most popular products or resources on Yippee. It is really fantastic, and I really appreciate you sharing everything with us today. Any questions for Annie before we move on? Okay, next up is Erin Adcock for the Camp Invention. Erin?
Thanks, Robin. Yes, as Robin mentioned, my name is Erin Adcock, and I'm with the National Inventors Hall of Fame and Camp Invention. I also have my colleague Dawn Taylor on the call as well, so she'll hop on too and talk a little bit. I'm going to share my screen here so we can get started. So as we mentioned, we are the National Inventors Hall of Fame, and our flagship program is Camp Invention. So I'm going to talk a little bit about us, NIF, our headquarters and our company, and then Dawn will talk a little bit about Camp. So National Inventors Hall of Fame, we are headquartered here in Northeast Ohio. I'm based at our headquarters in North Canton, Ohio. Our museum is actually at the United States Patent and Trademark Office headquarters in Alexandria, Virginia. And they are our founding partner and still a great partner and supporter of our programs and everything. So here at NIF, we have an in-house education team, and we are inspired by the inventors that go into our museum every year and write STEM-based curriculum for our activities based on the inventions of the inventors and our inductees. So again, all of our curriculum, all of our STEM-based programming is focused on that invention education, just building that creativity with kids, that entrepreneurial mindset, that innovative mindset, teaching them that their ideas have value and everything, and how to, ways to become an entrepreneur. One of our camp activities this year is actually really focused on small business ownership and being an entrepreneur as well. So all of our education programs are really focused on this invention education. And then this just shows a little of our ecosystem. So Camp Invention, our flagship program, is K through 6th grade students. However, we do have programs in this ecosystem built for always just like pre-K through high school with our leadership intern program that is a volunteer opportunity for Camp Invention. And then we also have our collegiate inventors competition, which is for undergrad and graduate students, inventors and entrepreneurs. And then we also have professional development for teachers as well. So we really target the whole ecosystem and everything too. And then Dawn is going to talk a little bit about our camp program for this year, Wonder.
Thanks, Erin, and thank you all for hanging out with us here towards the end of this hour. As Erin mentioned, we are affiliated with the National Inventors Hall of Fame. Camp Invention is heading in towards its 3rd decade of bringing STEM fun to kiddos across the country. Every year, our education team partners with our inventors to create a new curriculum to keep not only our educators engaged, but also our participants, so that we have a different set of fun every summer. Our education team creates 4 modules that kids experience throughout the day camp, the 1-week camp that we provide, and partner with districts to bring to communities throughout the country. Just to touch briefly on a few of these modules and give you a hint of what our kiddos are doing this summer. In Invention Celebration, our kiddos become event planners and create an own party from scratch, from start to finish, creating musical instruments, electrical party hats, and creating their own party from the ground up. In Catching Air, kiddos create and design their own skate park, where they learn the basics of physics by watching the skater they have created out of clay travel through their skate park that they've designed, and also then flip their skateboards into buckets of slime to experience with the basics of aerodynamics. And then the other 2 modules that the kiddos experience this summer are Mimic Bot and Pop-Up Venture. And where Erin touched briefly on the entrepreneurship that we bring to kiddos, that is seen in Pop-Up Venture, where kiddos create a pop-up shop from scratch from what they are going to provide in a service or in a product, to just touching base on budget, marketing, and then the creativity of designing their own shop. And you can see a finished product there between those 2 campers. And then the other module kiddos travel through this summer is called Mimic Bot, where kiddos experience with the inside of their own robot, learning the wires and seeing how the insides work of this creation before developing its identity on the outside. And then the Mimic Bot actually does talk back to the kiddos and repeats what is said. And quite frankly, the kids go absolutely insane when the robots talk back to them, and they have a really good time with that. We are a fully turnkey program where we provide basically everything but the people in the place. And we look forward to answering any questions or concerns about either bringing kiddos to camp or bringing our programming to your district and community.
Thank you so much, Erin and Dawn. Really appreciate that. We're going to move real quickly, though. I'm not going to take questions now. I want to make sure Brian and excuse me, Julie, have enough time also. So we're going to hand it over to Brian. Brian Westfeld, are you there?
I am, yes. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, so the Startup Squad is all about inspiring kids, primarily girls, to open up that first business. Our target age is from 2nd to 6th grade, but we want to talk about two things today. One is we provide resources for parents and educators about entrepreneurship, that they different camps and programs. And so one of the things that we do on our blog is every year we do a summary of all the entrepreneurship summer camps that are out there. We'll have that blog post on the site. It's not specific to Northeast Ohio. We have camps all around the country, but we do have a number of virtual ones as well. We also have featuring some of the camps that are on today. We also on our blog do twice a year, we'll summarize after school programs, pitch competitions. We also promote different reading lists. The centerpiece of the Startup Squad and what we do is our Macmillan published book series, which is all about entrepreneurship. It's a fictional series similar to the Babysitter's Club, but includes actual business tips in the back of each book. And one of the things that's available on YIPI is an author visit. So if you are looking for a summer reading program and want to bring entrepreneurship in, you can do through YIPI. You can do a half-hour author visit where I'll come in virtually and talk. I've also, last summer, I was in Columbus talking to high school kids and elementary school kids, so willing to travel as well. But again, just our blog posts for entrepreneurship resources in general, and then also summer reading programs. If you're looking for book suggestions, we have those on our blogs, and obviously, as well as the Startup Squad books through YIPI. That's it.
Brian, thank you so much. I can tell you for sure that Brian's blog on summer camps is fantastic, and it will be included in all the information that we send out. So definitely check that out for additional summer camps. And last but not least, we're going to talk with Julie Michael Smith for BizCamp.
Okay, thanks, Robin. And, being the last person, I will definitely make this quick. And quite honestly, I will also dispense of a short PowerPoint presentation that I had for you because I know it's a beautiful day here where I am in Northeast Ohio, and I'm sure everybody's anxious to get out there. The program that we're offering at Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship is a 20-lesson program to inspire students to activate their entrepreneurial mindset and then to use practical skills that they learn from each of these lessons to take their great business idea and launch that. We also use the Lean Business Canvas model, which is an excellent visual graphics so students can monitor their progress. Each of the lessons is scripted and ties along very nicely with the Canvas. Lots of hands-on activities, so it's ideally suited for use in a summer camp, gets kids active, engaged, they can work independently, they can work together collaboratively, and it all leads up to a competition. Students love competitions, they love to share their ideas, and even if they're feeling a little apprehensive, I know that we've all seen when students stand up there and actually have that courage and get that positive feedback from their peers and others hearing their presentation, it really is a transformational project or impact. Our information, BizCamp, it's available on the sheet that Robin has. It's also available in YIPI. There is no fee for the program. Where I provide all the training, all the materials are available in Google. So like the spaghetti sauce, whether, I don't know, it was Ragu or Prego, it's all in there. All the activities, all the rubrics, all the lessons, student worksheets, everything that you need to be successful with this program, whether you know anything about entrepreneurship or whether you are deep into it and an entrepreneur yourself. This program will certainly deliver its value, and I'm sure that your campers would have a fabulous time with this program as well.
Thank you, Julie. Wow, there are so many things to choose from to do this summer, and I really appreciate all of our speakers hanging out and making sure that you all the educators get the best information in front of you to make your choices. And we do have a lot of choices here. And luckily, most of these resources are available to you free because they're funded by our generous sponsors. Most of the resources can be found on YEI, which is an online marketplace where you as an educator can use points to purchase these products or these resources that are sponsored by our funders. Without our funders' support, we cannot offer you these opportunities. We have funding in Northeast Ohio, all of Ohio, Northwest Arkansas, and even a limited amount for those of you joining us from other states. But act quickly, because when the funding is gone, so is the opportunity. That is, until we find other sources of funding. For joining this Power Hour, you have just earned 250 YEI points and can start shopping and registering for most of these programs today. I have a quick Loom video that shows you how to redeem these points. You need to be registered in YEI first. Keep in mind that you'll receive 500 points for registering and then 250 points for joining us today. So you'll have more than enough to get you started on a couple of these fantastic resources. You have to go to www.yepy.exchange and use the code APR20PH, and all of this will be sent to you in a follow-up email. Thank you all for joining us today. I know we went a little bit over. I appreciate everybody staying till the end. And I especially appreciate all of our fantastic speakers for providing us with such amazing opportunities for us to continue learning about and teaching the entrepreneurial mindset. I also want to remind you that we work here at YEI in this space every day, and we're here to help you and provide individual consultations if you would like. So just reach out and let us know. All right, and look forward to your emails for both the follow-up for all of this material, and there's a lot of it, as well as information about upcoming Power Hours. Officially, we are over. I'm going to stay on and answer any questions that you have, but I applaud all of you for wonderful, wonderful resources, and thank you again. Any questions? Shelley, you are welcome for all of us sharing these resources. I hope you use them.